Hello friends, and welcome to your May 2022 Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such an honor and a privilege to be here, and I hope you enjoy the content that is coming your way. So what are Taroscopes? What are the monthly Taroscopes, you may be asking? So it is 12 individual readings that are done using the same format, using the same structure, but obviously the reading itself is different, and I do one recording or one reading per sign of the zodiac. And basically, the idea behind these is to give you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation for the month in question. In this particular case, May 2022. So normally, well, for the last couple of months, I've actually stuck with the same format and done the same kind of reading month for each of the months. But this month, I decided to change it up a little bit. So it is a little bit different from the normal, from the usual. And we're doing a 9-card reading, which is quite a detailed reading. I'm sort of looking at, we get the kind of theme for the month. We look at what you should be avoiding, what you should be embracing, what you need to be watching out for, what action you need to take on something. And then obviously we get a little bit of guidance from Spirit thrown in as well. So there is a lot of information. And obviously the readings are quite broad and quite, I'm almost going to say non-specific, but it's done so that you can apply it to your life regardless of what it is that you're going through. There are, I have to say though, in some of the readings, it does get quite specific as to what you can expect, what you need to do, what you need to watch out for, etc. But they are a lot of fun. And the idea behind them is to just to give you a bit of inspiration, to give you a bit of motivation, and just to help you navigate the month, yourself, your situations, and your circumstances. But it's really to help you be the best version of yourself that you can be. So the videos are put into a private or separate playlist on YouTube so that you can access them whenever you need to. And I do set the intention that it's done for your sun sign, your astrological sun sign, your moon sign, or even your rising sign. So if you know a little bit about your own astrology and you're curious about, on an emotional level, how are you going to be, then you would look at your moon sign, for example. Or if you just want to look up your family members or your children or your partner or whoever it is, you can. You have access to all 12 of the videos. So there will be a May 2022 playlist that you can access and that you can have a look at. And in the description of this particular video, I will have links to the others as well. So you could just, once you've watched yours, you can just open up the description at the bottom and you can go and access all the other zodiac signs as well. And the tarot cards that I'm working with this month, I say tarot cards, but I mean the cards that I'm working with this month is the Tarot of Mystical Moments and I've only got the lid of the box here, difficult to hold, and the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So they do work together, and they work together so well. So this is the pairing that I've chosen to use for our May 2022 forecast readings. So friends, these readings are free. There is absolutely no cost to you at all to access these readings. In exchange, all I ask is for you, if you enjoy the video, to give it a thumbs up. And if it speaks to your heart and soul, just leave me a little comment below. It's always so valued and appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to my channel. So you get, on my channel, we do week ahead readings every Sunday. They are released for the week ahead. And then once a week on a Thursday, I have changed it from Fridays to Thursdays. So once a week on a Thursday, you will have some kind of inspirational content, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, whether it be whatever it is that comes to me. Occasionally there may be a little bit of a walkthrough of a new tarot deck that I've got, or anything that comes to mind. And I love your support. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'm going to stop babbling, because you're not here to listen to me, you're here to get your insight into the month of May 2022. So we're gonna, this portion of the video that I'm recording right now, that you're listening to right now, is the same for all signs. So I'm recording one intro, which I stick in front of each of the 12 individual readings. So if you do go to watch another reading, it's like, oh, why is she saying the same things? It's because it's the same video. So, so as soon as I stop talking at this point, it'll go straight into the particular zodiac that you are watching, and then you will get your specific reading. I do hope that you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I look forward to connecting with you shortly. Right, Virgo, let's get into your reading and let's have a look and see what the month of May has in store for you. I'm going to give the cards quite a good shuffle. This is the tarot deck that I'm busy with at the moment. I'm going to give it a shuffle and lay out the cards. If you want to skip the shuffling process, please feel free to do so. If you're on a computer, you can use the L key on your keyboard to move ahead. If you're using a tablet or a phone, you can just double tap the right hand side of the video screen and it'll jump you forward a bit until the shuffling is done. And of course, for those of you who do enjoy watching the shuffling process, you're welcome to enjoy. So I'm shuffling the cards for Virgo for the month of May 2022. We want to know what's going on. We want to know what's happening, what to expect, what to look forward to, what to embrace and what to let go of for the month of May 2022. Right, I'm happy with that shuffle. Okay, so cards are shuffled. I'm going to cut the deck just to get it back together nicely. I like it to be tight, and then I can cut the deck over there. I'm going to lay out the 9 cards that we're going to be working with. I'm not going to turn them over until I've got all the cards on the table, and then we will turn them over in order. Just making sure that they're all fitting. And then I'm going to, once I've done these ones, we're then going to pull from the Oracle cards as well. Just a single card from the Oracle deck. There we go. I know it looks very messy. And here is the Oracle deck. So just giving this little one a shuffle. And again, we're looking at Virgo energy for the month of May 2022. From the Oracle, we're going to get the theme for the month ahead. So theme for Virgos for the month of May 2022, please, Spirit. Theme for Virgo, May 2022. And I'm going to take that card over there. Good. Right, so all the cards are laid out. Let's just tidy up a little bit. I always try and be so, proper when I put the cards down, but it never works. They always seem to come out into a bit of a mess. All right. So Virgo, let's get into May 2022. We're going to start with this card over here first before we go on to our oracle. I know I normally do oracles first, but we're starting here. The reason why we're going to start with this card is because this card's going to show us the energy that you're bringing into the month of May. How are you entering month of May? What is going on around you? What are you feeling? What is the energy that you're dealing with stepping into the month of May? And it looks like you are coming in with the Ace of Cups. Oh, I love that. So there's excitement and enthusiasm around emotions and around connections and around relationships. It's about feeling like your heart is full, feeling like everything is working out, everything is good, feeling proud, feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, feeling excited. But there's definitely this kind of new emotional connection that you're having, either with yourself or with somebody else in your life. And it could be a new person, it could be an existing person, but there's certainly, I'm going to call it love in your heart as you start the month of May. So you're starting month of May feeling quite positive, feeling quite optimistic, feeling quite good, which I think is quite lovely. We're now going to look at our Oracle card, because the Oracle card and this tarot card, so these two over here are going to give us combined, are going to give us your theme for the month ahead. So we're going to have a look at the Oracle first to see what your theme is, Virgo, and then we will look at the tarot. So the Oracle that we have is the White Rose of Hope. So that speaks so nicely to that card, doesn't it? Because the White Rose of Hope is talking about, the white is the purity, it's the fulfillment, it's the truth, it's the honesty, it's all of those kind of positive words that come through. And it ties in with this emotional feeling of fulfillment, this emotional feeling of happiness, of success that we have over there as well. What is interesting here with our White Rose of Hope is, it's almost like she's being pulled towards that rose. It's almost like the rose is a beacon of light that's calling her in. And she's approaching openly, she's approaching honestly, and she's approaching without any kind of fear, with nothing holding her back. So as a theme for the month ahead, immediately what I get from that for you, Virgo, is that, we have to trust that everything's going to be okay. We have to believe in the certain circumstances that are put in front of you. We need to believe in the situations that you have access to, but you also need to, if anything intrigues you, if anything interests you, if anything looks interesting, go towards it. Know that everything that you're doing is from a place of love, from a place of honesty, from a place of truth, but also from a place of, I'm going to call it, love and acceptance. Let's see what the tarot wants to offer. Remember, this is still your theme for the month of May. Oh, Ten of Pentacles. I love it. So Ten of Pentacles talks about fulfillment. It talks about financial fulfillment. It talks about having everything our heart desires, needing and lacking nothing in life. So far, the beginning of May looks really, really exciting. So remembering this is the theme for the month ahead, and this is how you start the month off. So you're definitely starting the month off on a happy place, and definitely looks like during the month there's things for us to explore, just as we have inside this tree trunk here. There's a whole other world to explore. So she's exploring the rose and he's exploring the tree trunk, and both of them bring happiness, both bring success. So as a theme for the month ahead, I think that's quite awesome. It means that there's a lot to explore, there's a lot to uncover, there's a lot to understand, and if you do things with an open heart and an honest open heart, you're going to have a lot of success. I'm loving this, Virgo. All right, moving on to our next card. What we have here is something that you will accomplish this month. So this was the way that you're coming in. This is our theme, and we're now looking at what it is that you need to, or what you will accomplish during the month. And what we have is the Ten of Cups. So we've got the two tens. I like the fact that we've got the ace and then we've got the two tens. The number 10, if you take a 1 and a 0 and you add them together, it comes back to a 1, which is the Ace of Cups. So it's all about these coming full circle, having the total understanding, but then also these new beginnings again. So that as theme as well is coming through quite nicely. The Ten of Cups, though, talks about complete emotional fulfillment. So here I was saying that you're coming into the month full of excitement and full of enthusiasm and heartful, and looking forward to all the experiences that life can offer you. And something that you're definitely going to accomplish during the month is a full heart, a happy heart, having everything your heart desires and so much more. So I think that's really, really awesome. As much as that is something that you're going to accomplish, in order to do that, we have to take some advice and some guidance around other factors. And our next card that we have for you here, Virgo, is something for you to avoid. So in order to achieve all of this, in order to have all of this, what is something that you need to avoid during the month of May? Okay. So we've got a Strength card that's come through for you, and the way that I read that is you need to avoid feeling overconfident about yourself and about a situation. So because the story that's coming through so far is one that really sounds amazing, it really sounds wonderful, and we could quite easily fall into, I'm going to call it the trap of not actually putting the effort in, but knowing and trusting that everything's going to work out. And when we do that, we can sometimes be led astray, and obviously so what to avoid this month, the Spirit's saying to you, avoid feeling overconfident, avoid feeling like, oh, I'm just so fabulous and I'm just so good and nothing could go wrong, because you still have to walk towards the light. You still have to explore the other world. Nothing is going to happen just because. Things only happen because you put the effort into it, because you put the attention into it. So avoid feeling overconfident in anything that needs to be done this month, because you may you may find yourself not achieving the happiness of love, of heart, of whatever that you deserve and desire. What do you need to embrace, though? So we know to avoid our being overconfident, but let's have a look and see what should you be embracing in order to have the success that we need. I love that. We've got the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is called the friendship card. It's called the celebration card. The Three of Cups is about three people coming together for a common cause, celebrating life. It's about three girlfriends hanging out and spending the afternoon together, doing whatever it is that three young ladies do when they're together. And this is definitely something to embrace. So share your successes with friends. Spend time on a social level, connect with people on a social level, and just like want to say is absorb, soak in all the love that is on offer to you. Because when I look at everything that we have here so far, there's definitely a theme of love, a theme of happiness, but it's almost like a soul content happiness, heart content happiness. And embrace the friendships that you have, embrace the socials that you have, embrace the people that you choose to have in your life because they are important and significant to you. So avoid feeling overconfident, but definitely embrace time with friends, because it is something that is going to bring you a lot of, I'm going to call it satisfaction, bring you a lot of happiness, joy, and satisfaction during the month of May. Okay. Next card we have is an obstacle that you may need to overcome during the month of May. So an obstacle or a challenge that you need to be aware of and that you may need to overcome during the month. It's tying in with that message so carefully and so nicely, because what we've got here is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is the card of excess. It's the card of opulence. It's the card of, all your wishes coming true. And it's the card of having, anything that you desire just sort of manifesting and happening in front of you. And this is an obstacle. So it goes back to you being overconfident. It goes back to this feeling of, I don't have to worry about it because it's just going to happen. So this is just a double confirmation for you from Spirit that we need to just keep ourselves in check around, yes, it's going to be easy, yes, it's going to be wonderful, and yes, there's going to be a lot of love and happiness, but we just want to make sure that we're not coming at it from the wrong angle. So I think that's quite an interesting one, Virgo. And I know that, Virgo, you're not really egotistical. You're not really somebody who's full of yourself and full of expectation and things. So I think you're quite level-headed. Normally under normal circumstances, I think you're quite level-headed, but clearly Spirit are thinking that, you need the warning to just don't just take everything at face value. Don't just accept that everything's going to work out. We need to understand that there's still work to be done. You still need to move to that flower. You still need to check, happiness and success. Yes, it's going to come to you, but you still need to engage and interact with your fellow friends, So an obstacle may be this kind of feeling of, almost going to say, expectation. Okay, and that's an obstacle that you may have to overcome, that you might not always get what you expect. Things may not just automatically happen to you unless you actually put the work in and done the work that is necessary. Good. Through this, okay, because obviously this is important, the fact it's come through twice about, your expectations and things like that. This is the card of the support that's available to you to prevent this from happening or to help you navigate this particular situation. So let's see, what support is Spirit offering you right now? And we've got the Knight of Swords. I love the Knight of Swords. So she's surfing a feather, if we can call it that. Okay. She's got a dress made of newspaper. So there's all this writing and knowledge and information. But she's also moving quite quickly. And I think the message that's coming through for you here is how quickly things are going to progress for you. So if there's a chance of you falling into this obstacle, challenge, and trap, I think Spirit is saying, don't worry, we will turn the situation around quite quickly to bring you back to where you need to be. So the support that's available to you is this overwhelming happiness, this overwhelming joy, this, heart fulfillment kind of experience that is the month of May for you. Spirit is saying, don't worry. Even if you do run a little bit astray, even if you forget what's important, we will bring you back. We will move you quietly back into place so that you won't stray too far from the path that is necessary. But in order for all of this to happen, in order for all of this to take place, this is an action that you have to do. This is something that you need to do during the month in order to have this happiness and success. So let's have a look, Virgo. What is an action that you need to impact and need to effect? And we have got the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands, you can see we have a little Inspector Clouseau kind of character. We've got a toucan bird. We've got, I love that big red cape. And this oversized and overdramatic magnifying glass. And I think the message that's coming through here for you as an action that you need to take is to make sure that you pay attention to the details. So I'm going to tell you, take nothing for granted. Okay, and I think again that's the message that's coming from these two cards, is to take nothing for granted, to recognize that yes, you deserve happiness, you've got love in your heart, you've got happiness all around you, and we're going to move towards that, but we need to make sure that we don't overlook the fine details, don't overlook the small details, because those small details could actually be the difference between you having this fulfillment of love and happiness or missing it completely. So an action that you need to focus on is by paying attention to the small details. And finally, just some final guidance from Spirit. This is looks like such an easy, simple, uncomplicated month, Virgo. It really does. Let's have a look. Final piece of advice, final piece of guidance from Spirit that we have for you is the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is about reminiscing. It is about taking time out to just enjoy where you are. It's about making memories. It's about, creating a space that when you look back on this time, your heart just swells with happiness and pride. So honestly, Virgo, I think, the month of May is about heart space. Okay, the month of May for you is about just having that feeling of contentment, happiness, love in your heart, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in your social circle, whether that's just within yourself personally, that is up to you. Okay, but your theme for the month is definitely about the white rose of hope, of finding that contentment, finding that love, finding that happiness, having everything that your heart desires and so much more. But by really having love, unconditional love in your heart. Remember, what to accomplish this month is the Ten of Cups, which is about that feeling of perfect life, perfect happy family, perfect home, perfect work, perfect everything. No worries and no concerns. What you need to avoid, though, is that feeling of, I don't have to do anything, it'll come to me, because that, unfortunately, there is still work for you to do. But the advice that Spirit is giving you is we're going to create memories. The month of May for you is about creating memories. It's about creating or setting up yourself in opportunities. We're not going to skip the details, though. So we can set ourselves up in opportunities where everything falls into place, where everything works the way that it needs to, where we have no insecurities or doubts, where we have the abundance that we need, but we also need to spend time with friends. So, Virgo, I'm going to encourage you during the month of May to make appointments with your friends and families. Put on a show. Get your friends together, get your people together, have a party, have some kind of gathering to celebrate life or just to hang out. Let's change the way that we look at life. Let's actually start working ourselves towards that white rose hope. Let's start realizing that there's so much more to life than what we're experiencing. Let's climb out of our comfort zones during the month of May, because I do think that's quite important for you, so that we can create those memories, that we can look back at this time with fondness, with a happy heart, and that we can come out of the month feeling so secure and so confident in who and what we are. And just know that Spirit are going to be with you a whole way through this, and the support that they're going to offer you is to help you. So whenever you start deviating from course, they're going to do something, send a bit of wind your way to to bring you back on track. Pay attention to the details, though, because that is something that is quite important for you throughout the month. So if somebody says, oh, no, I don't really want to come, I'm not feeling well, the detail there that you need to pick up on is the fact that they are unwell, and, react and respond to that. Move to the light of hope, the white rose of hope, and just know that happiness and just soul fulfillment, or just soul contentment, I think is the better word. Soul contentment is absolutely yours. So Virgo, it looks like you're going to have a fabulous month. There is work to be done, but there's so much love and happiness in your heart that you get to enjoy during the month. So enjoy it. Wishing you an amazing month. And with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.